Good evening. Today is 3:14 of 24. Time is 9:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's talk about the DUI guy and for public safety. If you watched the video the other night with Larry and for public safety, Larry, as a lawyer, he's going to check you out. I watch Larry a lot longer than I have for public safety. And he brought up some good questions. You know, anything out there is public information. He went to the site in Kentucky back in 98, 99 year. It could be a impossible, impos, impersonator. People did steal IDs back there then, and they didn't have pictures on them. But what Chris should have did, his open record thing, he should have showed Larry on his stream. He didn't do it. He offered to send it to Larry. Will he do it? I don't know. I used to work for a lawyer when I was younger, doing research, looking cases up on the internet. I learned a little bit. Hello, Mr. Beware. I'm on YouTube. I tried some of that out, but I still can't figure it out. I even watched videos on how to do it. It's going to take me a while. And I also found out, which I must didn't read it, that you got on the free version so many hours. And I don't get to update my StreamYard until I think it's the 24th, but I still got a few hours left. But, you know, I might use it maybe Friday night, I think. I kind of like it. I like the ticker taker tape, it scrolls across your stream and like that. And you people, it's out there. We had a couple of tornadoes touch down, not close to me, Madison, Indiana, and Milton, Kentucky, which is across the bridge from Madison, Indiana. I don't know if it'd be on the national news, but if you look at WLKY, WDRB, WHS TV, and WAVE, that's your local news station for this area. They said, go find my remote control and hit my mute button on my TV, which is Barney Miller. That's an old TV show if you don't know what it is. And they classify that tornado, I think, at EF1. And I was listening to it this morning. Either the fire department patrol or something, or weather people was out there looking at it. It done a whole lot of damage in Madison, Indiana, and Milton, Kentucky, which is across the bridge from Madison, Indiana, which you probably get to see the boat races, like those speedboats out there on the river during summertime. I don't know exactly when, what month it is. You got Miss Budweiser and all them speedboats out there. I've been there once, but I was younger. And people, as I say, I watched the DUI guy quite a bit. He's going to do investigation. All this. I watch a whole lot of lawyers on YouTube. I watch MG Law and a couple other shows I watch. And I watch excuse me, TYRANTSB Where he has some good videos. He been helping me out with StreamYard, which I tell you, I'm an old dog, but you can teach an old dog tricks. But my computer memory's not that good. I put it because you all know about computers. It can't quite figure it out. Just like I'm on my laptop, and I fed all the cats. Hello, I guess it's Joe County, Kansas. Kansas is a good state. Thank you for joining me, my friend. I've been to Kansas a few times when I used to drive a truck, but I don't drive them 18 wheeler. It got to the point my nerves couldn't take it anymore. I don't like traffic. I love watching cop shows of live streamers. I watch a bunch of those live streamers like RD on the scene in Bakersfield. I've been to Bakersfield, California. I've been to Los Angeles up at the airport. I used to haul plasma. We go to these blood banks, and these trailers' temperature is 40 degrees below zero, which is cold. We always went to the blood banks all over the United States, like Red Cross and other places that people sell their plasma for. A couple of those ice boxes, they got a knob on the inside in case you get locked in, you can hit it. We got in this one, try to hit it, and we couldn't get out because that button on the door was frozen. We beat on it, finally somebody heard. Oh, it was in the summertime, but man, I was glad to get outside and get warmed up. That was too cold. And when we went to Los Angeles at the airport, I think we backed into a building, back into the dock, had to shut the engine off, go in the office where it was warm, but the building was cold that we was in. They unload the plasma. I guess it went on the airplane. I don't know how they keep it cold. So, like this. And since that's your first time, Joe County, I'm a senior citizen, 70 plus years old. Live on a fixed income between $800 and $900 a month. I own my own house. I make payments on it. Some people, you have to make a budget. If you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or whatever, you got to have a budget to live on. There's things I would love to have, but it's not in my budget. I got medical problems, 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, diabetes, a bunch of other things. Some people get mad because I talk about my medical problems. I got kids scattered out all over the United States. How many? I know at least 15. There could be more. Out of the 15 I know, two of them's dead. And I had a good wife. She was a deaf mute. We had four kids. Number one and number three passed away the last 20 years. Kids is not supposed to pass away before their parents. She was a heck of a woman. And I also tell you, I used to be an alcoholic and a drug addict. Started 12 years old. People, you can stop. It's all up here in your computer. And you got to have a good computer up here. And I know you all can go to doctors, but you got to have a good computer to help you fight it. I've been sober from drugs and alcohol 25 plus years. I got about 2 shots of moonshine in my icebox. It's been there for about 5 years. I could drink it, but no, if I start drinking, you know what I'd be doing? I'd be getting into my budget. I can't do it. I have to live on my budget. You know, it's bad when you get old and you don't have enough money. I am keeping up beware. I have to. God has something special for me. I don't know what, but since I'm going to be out tomorrow, I am going to buy a Powerball Mega Million. Maybe I might get lucky, but it's up to God. What will I do if I was to win it? One thing, I'll buy the property that's around me if he would sell it. And find somebody where I can lift my house up. Jack it up where I can put a basement underneath it. Then, well, another thing, I would have to have an RV to live in, take the roof off of it, and build it upstairs to it. This house, I guess, classified as a tiny house. You seen those videos of tiny houses. It's about 600 and some odd square feet. And, you got to live on a budget. Joe County, Kansas cop, thank you for your service, young man. If you still a cop, you might be retired, but thank you for your service. You got good cops, you got bad cops all over the United States. Just like I live in Clark County, Indiana, which is south part of it, southeast or something of Clark County. Clark County is close to Louisville, Kentucky. I'm about 16 to 25 miles north of Louisville. 25 miles put me in Scott County, but I live in Clark County. And if you all get this on national TV, they got what they call Thunder over Louisville. That's good that your son was in the service. Thank him for his service too. But I was in there not that long because I got hurt while I was in boot camp. But back there then, if you had 30 days or more in, you was classified as a veteran. I got hurt. I got a scar up here. When I was a kid, never slept on bunk beds in my life. And that sergeant came in there one morning and yelled, what did I do? Turn around, figured my feet was close to the floor. I fell out of that bed, hit my head on the other bed, split it open. Next thing I know, I woke up in sick bay. They figure it might have head injuries, and they decided to give me an honorable discharge to get out. On the condition that I wouldn't sue them, and that how it is. But I do miss it. And the temperature, I guess, got up about 60 something outside today. Let's see what it is right now. It's 75 outside, and they talk about heavy rains later on tonight. So, hope you all hit the subscribe bell, hit the thumbs up, share it, watch my other videos. I'm bored. I got nothing to do with my old age. Those things I wish I can do, but the doctor don't want me hardly to do anything. That's how come I had 2 riding lawnmowers donated to me since I've been in this house. I use them. I got a weed eater. I got one of them steel weed eaters with the motorcycle grip on it and the strap, which I don't really have to hold it that much. But the, 'cause the heart doctor said if I have another one, it could kill me. If you all ever had heart attacks or strokes, sometimes they bad. The last heart attack I had was 2016, 17, somewhere in there. That's before I bought this house. And I spent 2 weeks in the hospital. If it wasn't for this Charlestown cop, he was also an EMT or paramedic, fireman, fire investigator, and all this. And if it wasn't for him and the other fireman with him, I might have been dead now. My blood pressure was bad. It was 190 over something. He had to pump that ball up I don't know how many times. The ambulance, it took 15 to 20 minutes to get there, which it always happened. And when I bought this house out in the northern part of Clark County, because of my heart problems, I want to know what the ambulance service, how close the fire department was. So I know the fire department got first responders. They can get to me before the ambulance can. You know, and I like watching the DUI guy. And the other night, I don't know if it was Tuesday night, Monday night, somewhere, he had a guest on his show, which is for public safety, which he lives in Indiana. And if you ever watch DUI guy, he does his homework like any other lawyer, and they check you out. And he couldn't talk about certain cases because it's still in the court system, which I knew he wouldn't do it. He looked the guy's name up and showed it on his screen. He might have a person that stole his ID. He said he didn't live at that address, this and that. But if for public safety, if he had the same paperwork, why didn't he show it over the live stream? Why haven't he showed all of the paperwork? That's my question. Because, like I told you all, I used to work for a lawyer. I know how they work. You know, and Larry done a good job. I know he want to talk about something else, but maybe Chris did have somebody steal his ID. I remember Chris said he had sent him all the information. That paperwork, that same thing that Larry Foreman had on the DUI guy, had supposedly have the same thing. I'm not calling public safety a liar. Why can't you show the people that? You know, why can't you show us? You know, I watched the DUI guy a long time, I guess about a year. Public safety, maybe 6 months, something like that. I knew how Larry worked. I knew what he's going to do. Did he trap him? No, he just done his research, just like you all. You all do research. Just like if you're going to buy a computer or a cell phone or a new car, you're going to look it up, see the pros and cons about everything. Which one's the best one? Or what's the fuel mileage? Or what's the best cell phone? So you all do your homework. That's what I do. And when I do live stream on my cell phone, which is iPhone SE Series 3, which they had it on sale at the time, I use Prison Live Studio. They got a few little nicks and knocks, which I like. Instead of telling you hit the subscribe bell, I just go up to it and hit the little icon, and subscribe bell come up, thumbs up comes up, or clapping hands, or thank you, like that. And thanks to Mr. Beware, he told me about StreamYard. You got the free version. I think you only get, 20 hours a month. There's a few little bugs that I don't like. I know Mr. Beware tried to help me, this old computer brain, to try to figure it out. But, when you leave live stream, they want to know about things. I told them, I said, I'm an old person. I'm not computer smart, this and that. I said, I have problems about inviting people because I don't know how to copy, paste, this and that. I said, couldn't you make it easier for an old person like me, or is not computer smart, like over in the chat, that you can click on their name, then hit the button, and they be in your live stream up on your screen. That's what I would like to see because, man, I know you can teach old dog new tricks, but I still can't comprehend it. I have watched videos, and it's hard for this old man to try to comprehend it, how to do that. If somebody was close to me, close to me, either in Scottsburg, Indiana, Underwood, Henryville, close to me, that can show me. But like I told you people, I'm not smart. The DUI guy is supposed to be on sometime tonight, and he does good. He said in his video he wants to sell his law firm. He wants to get in First Amendment rights and a few other car wrecks, or kind of like an ambulance chaser. You know, I've done videos on first time home buyers. I try to do my best, answer some of the questions that what I went through over 5 years ago. It could have changed. I went through USDA. It's based on your income. What is income? Well, you work, child support, if you receive child support, food stamps, alimony, stuff like that. That counts as income. On your credit, I've talked about that you need 12 to 13 months of your water and sewage bill. You need 12 to 13 months of your electric bill, gas bill, or LP bill. And you can get as low as 620. It could have changed. You also got to take your first home buyer's course. You got to have an inspector. I went in detail to find out what the inspector qualification is in your state. I know in Kentucky, you have to be licensed. You have to build so many houses. You have to build so many commercial buildings, plumber, electrician, your air conditioned heat people. You have to build so many. Like here in Indiana, you just go to school and learn this and that, which to me, that's not an inspection. And if you want to learn about more inspections to look at Mike Holmes on YouTube. I think he's out of Canada. And he finds stuff that home inspectors didn't find or didn't tell you about. And I tell you all a secret, people. Some of those houses, before they put vinyl siding or aluminum siding on, might has a vested shingles on, you know, like the rock asbestos. That's a no-no, because that's my mom's house. And my brother, he's renting that house out to somebody. It had asbestos in the basement wrapped around pipes. That's a health hazard. Has he told them renters? Probably not. You also want to check on your house, see if it has lead paint in it. If it was built in the 40s or 50s when lead paint was out, you want to check it. And when's the last time was the house rewired? Because the old wire is kind of old. That means possible a house fire. You know, and check on permits. See if people got permits to do the work to the house. You could check if your local county in your state. And I went through USDA. It's a process, but you have to watch the videos. And I got a cheap old laptop, but you see this here, you think, oh, Triumph, beware for these. And because when he told me about StreamYard, you had to have a microphone or a headset. So I went to Scottsburg, Indiana, which is about the 37-mile marker, I-65. That gives you a ballpark figure about where it is. Walmart didn't have any at Scottsburg. So I hopped in my car and I left. I went to Clarksville, Indiana at Best Buy. It's on Veterans Parkway. I think that's maybe the 4 or 5 mile marker. Well, Best Buy didn't have any. I said, well, I go to Walmart in Clarksville. I was doing a live stream on my cell phone. And Beware said they probably got them. Knock on wood, they had them. I showed different headphones. This one I got on is made by Logitech or something like that, maybe H390 with a USB to plug in your computer. That helps out. That brings my audio up a little bit and seems to work. But I'm still having problems trying to figure out how to invite people. I know I wrote it down on paper, step by step, this and that. I've watched videos. I still can't do it. But but I do like it because you got a ticker thing that rolls across the bottom of the screen. I put on there some of the YouTube channels I watch, like the DUI guy, Megan Fox, MG Law. MG Law usually comes on at late at night with a bunch of people, even the expert. And I can't understand why he wears his sunglasses. I love watching, they make me relax. And like I said, I'm in my 70s. I'm bored to death. I've talked about my medical history. In case there's kids out there of mine wants to know about their daddy or grandpa's medical history. They have the right to know because your kids have some medical problems from their daddy or their mama. They have that right to know about the medical history. There's times I went to the hospital. They want to know the family history. I said, sorry, people, I'm adopted. Then another doctor come in and she adopted a kid. And I told her how I feel about it. I said, they them kids are smart. They know there's something different. You know, when he or she gets old enough, tell them that they're adopted and their mother loved them. They want a better life for you, even if you don't know who the mother is. But the children needs to know about the family history of the mother and father. I don't care if I make people mad, but I'm putting people out there that needs to do stuff. Some of them don't have. They might have a YouTube channel, but no videos. I gave this one lady an idea. I said, you and your husband should do a video on your medical background. That way, your children and your grandkids can know about in case something happens to you. And that lady thanked me. That's a good idea. And like Beware, he could do that. You know, he probably got kids out there, but hey, Beware, I like that video you done, I guess, a couple of nights ago. The guy who's ever in your chat said, what you look like? You showed yourself. You still had that funny mask on. I'm going to get me a mask. I look on the internet. You can get three of them for something. One was Trump. One was, I think, Obama. And I think the other one was Nixon, I think. I, I would love to do something like it. Even get one with Joe Biden. The guy can't walk up the steps without falling down. Make sure you all go to the DUI guy because he's gonna come live sometime tonight. I think maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock, and watch his show because he been doing episodes on what the hell's in Otter's Creek. Where's my cell phone? I got a picture that I copy. I know I should do that, but I ain't quite figured out how to do that yet. If I figure out where my pictures are, there it is. See, that's Turtle Lady in Otters Creek. Boy, she's a witch. Come on, Turtle Lady. You might win the race. So that's the Turtle Lady down in Otters Creek, Kentucky. So I like watching What the Hells. I started watching him a year or so ago. He does storage lockers. He buys them at auction and he sells stuff on eBay and other websites. He got over 700,000 subscribers. Only got about 100 and something. I got 30,000 views. I guess that means I got 30,000 watch hours. I got to take a drink of my Zero Pepsi. Now, I'm not getting paid, but they know I'm doing it. Uh, if you all don't like Pepsi, there's other brands out there. Pepsi also sells root beer. It's called Mug, M-U-G, root beer. And if you like root beer, give it a try. They came out a week or two ago, it might have been longer, at zero sugar. I love root beer. I cannot tell the difference between zero sugar mug root beer and the regular mug root beer. I can't tell the difference. You people got to watch your sugar. And you all might be taking that old Ozempic. Even some doctors giving it to you to just lose weight. And I lost over 63 pounds. I was 44 around the waist. Now I'm down to 36 around my belly. I wear 36 around the waist and 30 in length. But, I want to know why, for public safety, how come he hasn't showed people the paperwork where he was booked into that jail and supposedly 98, 99 year on a marijuana charge. The DUI guy brought it up. Everything seems to fit, but I think they got the eyes color wrong. Maybe there was an imposter that stole his ID. Back in the 90s, you didn't have picture IDs on your driver's license. That could be possible. But why didn't he show that paperwork, the same thing that you and me can look up on the internet, and it tells everything, your driver's license number, this and that, your address, driver's license number. That's kind of fishy. Because back in the 90s, they used Social Security numbers. That's my question. And if Larry Foreman, look into that. That's a question I have. They got his driver's license number. Back in the 90s, they didn't use numbers. They used Social Security numbers for your driver's license number. Indiana changed it maybe the late 90s. Talk about maybe 99, 2000, somewhere like that. They changed it. But you need to look in that. But you have to watch Larry, the DUI guy. He's a good lawyer in Kentucky and southern Indiana. He does check you out. As a lawyer or as a defense lawyer, he don't want to get any surprises in court. And he done his research on for public safety. And Larry brought up this form where we all could see it. It had everything. Shows he made bond, this and that. But Chris said he didn't post bond. He spent 30 days in jail. But my question, jail had videotapes. Where's the videotape that shows him in jail? Is that missing? I believe it is missing or it been doctored up. Just like Clark County, Indiana. You all probably saw that 15 plus girls got raped while they was in jail. Inmate got a hold of the key and said a guard sold it. In fact, when they leave the office open out there and they got the door, because the guards always hold the pod door open when they go in there where they can get back out. And one of the inmates snuck out and got the key. They had that on video. But the ex-sheriff, Jamie Knoll, he got 25 counts by the Indiana State Police out of Indianapolis because you can't trust the state troopers in District 45, which is Salisbury, Indiana. You can't trust them. You got some bad cops. I believe the way I've understand it, Cheeto, that I had 30,000 views. To me, that means I have 30,000 watch hours. All I need now is 1,000 subscribers. But I've been praying to God. I know there's a way you can get it, but I think you know, there's a thing that you can pay so much money a month and you can get that 1,000 subscribers. And but you get if I get some VIPs and I talk about things, you know, like a DUI guy, or Megan the Fox Hunter, I call her, because she is a good reporter. Everybody's on to What the Hell's case, that crooked judge in Levy County, Florida, if you've been watching that. And also the Umbrella guy and Megan Fox, I think it was this week or last week, they done a live chat and had Liar Preston stepkids on their stepdaughters. And she was abused. She talked about it. Then her other sister came on there and she was abused. You know. And the DUI guy gonna do some parts of it tonight, I believe. And I don't know if he's even on yet. So the DUI guy, as of right now, got 393 100,000 subscribers. Skip ad. Yeah, he's live.
Did Nicholas Stero streaming it? Yes, Vice says Veteran Nation. I did not know that. I did not know Veteran Nation is streaming it. Aussie Overlord. Legally Live. Dexter, you're the goat. How you doing? Good to see you.
You all can watch the Hells. I mean, watch the DUI guy.
She's brand new to the game, and she messaged me, and she's like, "I rated you," and I was like, "Did you? You did not rate me because I didn't see it." She's like, "Oh no, I rated you on the wrong video." I was like, "Listen, you're learning. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it."
I love this guy.
Sorry, Legally Live. Am I calling you out? Don't worry about it. Listen, you know how many mistakes I fucking made when I started this? Chad, tell Legally Live right now, just to make you feel better, how much, right here in the chat, those of you who are like OGs, have been around a while, how many mistakes have I made on like a live? Just right now, shout them out in the chat.
I say he probably made a bunch of them. Because we are human people. So, he's, like I say, I love him to death. He does his homework like any lawyer you all know or you had in the past. They really do check you out. They check all the cases that you've been involved in. So, lawyers don't want to get a surprise when they go to court because they look like a fool. But this lawyer, he does his homework. That's the DUI guy over in Louisville, Kentucky.
It's a felony third degree, which is not what Jeremy's being charged with because it's not a crime. She's pursuing it in family court. But there is a parallel cyber stalking statute that is a crime, and it's a felony third degree punishable up to 5 years in prison in Florida. Or if you are a habitual offender, you could be locked up for up to 10 years. Okay, so those are the maximum sentences. They're felonies. Now remember, she's the stalker. Exactly. She's the stalker. This is a classic case of blood calling.
See, what the hell? He got a protected order out of Ohio. Florida, if you've been watching both sides of it, from the DUI guy for what the hell, Megan Fox, you can go to court and they flat tell you unless the subject gets arrested, they're not going. You can't get a protected order. They can kill you, and tough luck. Florida needs to change that law about protective orders. That's my opinion. But I'm glad I don't live in Florida because if somebody do what that turtle lady's doing, I would get mad. Hashtag buckle up, people. So, you know, but like I say, you watch him, it's only my opinion. He does his homework. When for public safety on there, you know, he should have had the paperwork in case he brought it up. So that means he hasn't watched the DUI guy. I knew what Larry was going to do. He was going to do his research for public safety and his name, this and that. And I know Chris kind of got blindsided, but he should have had his paperwork showing what he has that was different from what Larry showed on his live stream the other night. So, you know, maybe he's telling the truth, maybe he's not. I'm not going to judge him. It's not up to me to judge him, it's up to God. You know, there's somebody in the UK on his channel. It's 2 a.m. over in the UK. Lordy, I'll probably be sleeping about that time of the morning. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. So, you know, but do I agree? Because after they got off later on that night, Chris and his girlfriend does a live stream. Chris wanted to talk about something else. But as a lawyer, you can't talk about cases that's ongoing. I know this. I think I hear thunder outside. Or a truck driver blew a tar because I live in what they call in a valley. And it echoes. And, you know, some of you, it's new on here. You can donate to Tom Cartwright 4375 at Post Office Box number 1, Charlestown, Indiana 47111. If you know how to do the Cash App, it's the $ Tom Cartwright 4375. Until I can get 1,000 subscribers, I'm not getting nothing from YouTube. I could use the extra money because I like to put a new roof on my small house. And what I want is what they call the tin roof that looks like shingles, black. You know, that's one I like to do. That's thunder. So that means the internet will probably go out. If you got Spectrum, every time it rains or something, it goes out because we get strong wind. And they still, what happened? Oh, the kitty cat must undone my preamp to my outside antenna. Let me get up and look, people. Yeah, that's what they did. Because they like to sleep on top of my TV. Let me turn my computer around. See, there's kitty cats up there. There's Nancy, Tom, uh, there's Socks, There's Nancy. Socks is the number one tomcat. Yes, I'm a cat lover. They showing Milton, Kentucky on WDRB TV. And Milton, Kentucky is across from Madison, Indiana, which is kind of east of me. So, because I was listening to my other radio, I guess the police or storm chaser or maybe the fire department is following that tornado. They classify that as a EF1. That means it was bad. So if you all will, say prayers for those people up in Madison, Indiana and Milton, Kentucky. That guy they just talking on the news had softball size hail. Man, motor homes got damaged. And trees down. That's bad. So people, uh, who sneezed on me? Was that you, Blackie? Boy, that's bad. But prayers need to go out to them people. It's probably on your national news because that usually makes the national news. Stuff like that. It's on WDRB news if it's not been on your local news where you live. Coghill. They took the roof off of his house. Maybe I can get up and show you a better picture of it. Look all that insulation down here. Look up there. And you see the weather map. So we got rain. I'm somewhere right here is where I'm at in Clark County, Indiana. Uh-oh, you hear the thunder? So I'm going to make this short since the weather is getting bad. So I want to thank you. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, hit the bell, share it with your friends. If you all like Joe County Cop Watch, tell your friends. If you all got any ideas, people, what subject you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments. Even if I get up, I look at it tomorrow because it'll pop up in my email. And I done a video on a computer That's what I was told that I need. It's what they call a gaming computer. I'm not a person who plays game. I want a computer that I can stream Prism Live Studio. And when I tried to log into it, it says HDR not compatible. I got an old HP computer, which I got at Best Buy for probably $300 about 4 or 5 years ago. You know, I used to have a desktop. I wish I still had it, but I believe I gave it somebody because it was a young kid just starting into it. It was set up as a gaming computer. So thank you all. Thank you, Cheeto. Thank you, J.O. County, Kansas Cop Watch. God bless you all. I'm getting off of here because I got to watch TV and keep up on the weather, listen to my other radio if I have to go in the bathroom, because I ain't got a basement. I ain't got no storm shelter. So thank you for watching. Go watch the DUI guy. He's live right now. So this is the DUI guy, people. So I want to say goodbye. I love you. Aloha.